Well, hello. I'd like to welcome you to the shack of WA3USG. My name's Rick, and we're located in Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania, right next to the Navy Depot, if you're familiar with that area. And with that, we'll take you on a little tour and show you what we've built up here. This is the main operating console, and starting over all the way over from the left, there's a power supply for a 2-meter rig and a linear amplifier for 2 meters, or should I say a power amplifier for 2 meters. Gives us about 80 watts out, and we feed 11 elements up about 45 feet, and we can get down to Baltimore and everything with that very well on 2 meters. There's a teletype demodulator. It's an ST4 that drives this old Model 15 teletype machine, although teletype isn't one of our more active modes. I just keep that down there for nostalgic purposes, an old HR-10B. And we do run HF. We run an HW101 40 through 10 meters and a heat kit 2 kW PEP linear amplifier. And then getting up here a little bit, we have an O-scope that we use to monitor teletype signals, sideband, and ATV video. Getting into the more state-of-the-art equipment, here's our ATV station. The transmitter, as of this time, is a good old T44, Motorola T44 transmitter strip that you see right there. And we're having some trouble with it right now, and hopefully within the next month to 6 weeks we should be solid state running PC electronics equipment. But for the time being, we are running the T44. There's a metering box, so we can meter the different stages in the T44. The power supply is right over here. All homebrew old television transformers. And the video modulator for the T44 is right there. And it's been a good transmitter. We've been on the air with it since 1977. Down here is our primary monitor. This is our actual received signal monitor. We receive from the converters through this monitor. And this is a meter that monitors the television set's AGC that we use for a relative S meter. And next to it we have another monitor. This monitor is our off-the-air monitor, and it actually receives our outgoing signal through a small converter, which is right here. And we use this converter strictly to tune our own signaling so we can see what it looks like. And this monitor right here is our actual video monitor. This just looks at the video coming off the camera so we can compose our pictures before we put anything on the air. And down here we have this is a UHF Varactor tuner we've built into this box, and this uses one of the old Science Workshop tuners, and works very well. We have 2 MRF 901 preamp stages in front of it. And we've used this tuner for many years, and we've had it in different packaging and in different boxes, but basically the same tuner. Recently, we purchased a PC Electronics down converter, the one with the gas fed in it, and that's packaged up in this. And it's very noticeably better than the Varactor tuner. So. Couple more things. This is our camera. This is our camera that we actually transmit with. I'll uncap it. We normally keep it capped, and I can switch from this control box right down here. I can switch video sources. Right now, this, as you can see, this monitor, my video monitor, is looking at what this camera is sending. I can throw this switch, and it will now look. Well, right now it's looking at a computer, but I can throw this switch here, and we're now looking at what this camera is sending right here. So we can do all our switching and everything from this control box right here. We can also put the ATV station in transmit and receive, or turn the main power off with these two switches. I was mentioning a computer. We have a Heathkit H89 computer. I must apologize for the glare. A lot of light in the room, and it's almost impossible to get a good picture off a screen of something. We've got a Heathkit H89 computer that we've been playing with. We've had it now for about 2 months, and we've been programming some stuff for ATV in it, and been having a good time with that. Here's our test bench, where we don't have that much test equipment, enough to service everything we have pretty much. We pretty much are a home brewer around here. We do like to build. And over here, finally, we have the cavity amplifier we use on ATV. It gives us an excess of 100 watts out. It's a surplus AM 1178 cavity amplifier. And with a minimum of effort and really a minimum of expense, we've got at least 100 watts output, and it just seems to chug along like there's no tomorrow. That's the amplifier itself. Here's a metering sampler device we built so we can get a relative indication of output. And down here is the power supply for the amplifier. And we have everything monitored, and both plate current and screen current are both monitored. And down below we have, in that big box, believe it or not, that is a 5,000 volt 30 microfarad capacitor. That is the power supply's main filter capacitor. And then we have the typical run of ugly amateur wiring and the like. And so anyways, this is basically the shack of WA3 USG, Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania, and I thank you very much for listening. Okay, we've got the amateur television equipment on right now, and I've tuned in the receiver, and I see that there's a gentleman from Mechanicsburg on, W3HMS, calling CQ, which means he wants to talk to somebody. Let's see if we can raise him on here. W3HMS, this is WA3USG.
Well, hi, good evening, Dick. WA3USG, W3 Her Majesty's Service here. Good evening. I guess that means from your call that possibly you switched your TV set on and you may have seen something on the screen. Wonder what you see. WA3USG, this is W3HMS.
Well, John, we're seeing a set of call symbols scrolling across the screen with some CQs and ATV behind it, and it looks real good. Why don't you show us your smiling face?
Okay, fine, Dick. All right, let me switch here from the computer to the monitor and see if by chance the monitor works. Oh yes, if the off-the-air monitor serves correctly, you should be seeing me. Is that right?
Roger, we're seeing you, and you're looking real good here.
Okay, well, delighted you gave us a call. We just came into the shack after supper here and thought we would set up a little ATV. If you like, I'll describe what created the letters on the screen.
We'd love that, John. Go ahead.
Okay, well, fine, Dick. Well, I've got the little Timex 1000 computer that's freely advertised in many of the discount stores and other department stores. I've got the little memory expansion on it, small home-type tape recorder, and I got a hold of what's known as a little billboard program that's written in machine language. Okay, fine, all right, I guess, yeah, okay. Now, let's see, WA3USG, KA3COZ, and the group, this is W3HMS, transmitting video on 439.5, with the antenna headed out west, and sound on 146.52. Yeah, Dick, this has really been a super test this evening. My word, we've worked Carlisle, we've worked Steelton, and we've worked York. That's pretty good, you stop and think about it. I think this may be one of the best tests that we've had. I've got more stations putting a log in here. Looks like a 75-meter round table, I'll tell you.
Now that gentleman was located in Mechanicsburg also. I am also in Mechanicsburg. That was not any really great long-distance communication.
But amateur television does have its possibilities. And you can see, as I was mentioning earlier, that there is really an application of computers in amateur television, mainly for graphics and to put messages on the screen and things like that.